We'll go to another thing that Abeokuta brought to the social media, and he was talking about a lot of women developing themselves these days. He mentioned that the women are tilting away from the home-based chores that we know them to know how to do, and they are moving to the board of directors, heading some companies, and doing a lot. Even with the additional chores from home, they make way from other careers too. And he's asking now, are men really developing themselves? Do they stick to their natural role of defending, providing? Are they developing themselves? So let's listen to him.
I believe that the roles of women over the years or decades have shifted. 1900s, 1800s, whatever century or decade you want to look at, women, homemakers, take care of the home, but that role has continued to expand and shift. Women now are working. In a lot of countries now, women are even more educated than the men. Women go to school more now. Women are holding office, corporate jobs. They're making money, sometimes out earning their husbands. But it looks like men have stayed where they've always been.
Mentality with Abeokuta, and Abeokuta was bringing out a very salient point, because these days we see a lot of women striving so hard to be at the top. They move so fast, and a lot of mentors are focusing on ladies. I don't know, or girls. I don't know. Maybe that is why everything is looking that way these days. Are we neglecting men? So me say.
Well, I wouldn't say we are neglecting men. If you look at even mentorship for women, it didn't just start today. There was a cry for it. You know, we saw a lot of decadence. We saw a lot of, gaps between the male child and the female child. And some persons decided to step into that gap and, fill it with interventions, development programs, training skills for women, or for the girl child. But the problem I have with men a lot of time is, when you say mentorship for men, I have tried it a few times, and then you always see that a lot of times we have this men rigid. There is that mentality of, in my culture. Everybody has a culture. Even the women we are talking about, we have culture. We are only stepping out of the cultural bondage. We are stepping out of that place that we used to be. So if men are also willing to step out of where they used, because when you now start this conversation that, imagine you telling a man that now, please, I want you to learn a skill and become a chef. The first thing it does is to look at you one kind, like me, my culture,
I'm a
man. So it starts with, because even for the girl child, before any intervention can work, that child must be willing and ready.
I disagree with you a little bit.
Okay.
Yes. We were not able to see the end of that particular clip, because I saw some guys there, guys that I know that, okay, when they speak, you can respect or
I'm not backing up, but you somewhere in there also.
To an extent. The point, let's not go there. So, when we talk about men not coming out of their shell, I think there's a change too when you look at men. This is a two-way thing. Let's start with the change that comes with men too. We see men now delving into a female-dominated industry. We see that happening. We see men, hairdressers. We see a guy, makeup artist. We see a guy focusing on making dresses for only female. We see men also coming out of their shell, doing their things. They are evolving too. I think Abeokuta is not
talking about the percentage. I think
maybe they are not there yet. Maybe because of the part of the world we are in. Maybe, but I think that it should also include the fact that men are also evolving in their own path. It might not be as fast as possible, which is because
even for the females too. It's not. It is like I said. It is not today.
Which boils down.
Which
actually boils down to my usual saying that when it comes to empowerment, let's not just focus on the woman, because at the end of the day we keep going in circles. Because by the time you keep clamoring on women empowerment, ladies this, girl child, and we leave out the boy child. At the end of the day, the girls get more empowerment. they are way and above on top,
and
the boys are still
trainless boys.
Exactly, and the boys are still struggling. So really, the men too are actually coming out of their shell. We see men chefs, cooking, just like you said. You see men doing something, hairdressing, coming also out of their shells. You see men taking care of the home, doing business, while the wife is career-based. You see the man at home doing a remote work or a remote job. I've seen fathers, they are the sole person taking care of school runs, drop-offs and pick-ups. Men are also coming out of their shell, really. They are also doing their business. They are evolving.
So do you think females now should also help men in evolving? You said they are evolving. Should females to help them evolve and evolve right? Because a lot of times when these men, when you introduce some things to them, they target to be a female-based business or female-based career, and from there they miss a lot of opportunities. Do you think they need a lot of talking to?
They say you are controlling or something.
They need a lot of talking to this 2026, because for a balanced society, we need both genders to be at par. We are seeing females to be running faster than males now. Let's not just kid ourselves. Females are doing a lot these days now. Men are just using their natural being and tell us that they are the head and not the tail. So should we not help them to evolve the right way?
Well, I think for me though, the percentage of men that were already developed to some extent was so high at some point than the female gender. So now the female are and the male now they are loggerheads and trying to balance the equations together. But there's still that gap, definitely. There's still that gap. But when you're talking about women helping men to develop, we have been helping them from centuries ago. They are their mothers, they are their wives, their sister-in-law, everything. They are babying them and carrying them, they are nursing them, and baby them. What else do you want?
What if you continue to baby them?
Oh my God!
Rather, they should be the one encouraging them.
Because when you see men in female-dominated fields, they are receptive of them.
Yeah.
When I see a male hairdresser, sometimes
I would even prefer to go there. Thank you.
But when you see a female mechanic, the men there, they start doubting her.
In fact,
so they should be the ones to encourage us.
Let's help her.
Exactly, they should be the ones to encourage us, really.
Yeah, I like this example of blessing.
Aside this aspect, let's talk about character development.
Okay.
You see, men, they need to do more when it comes to character development. I feel like a lot of women are, training themselves, they are helping themselves, they are meeting, you get women gathered together and they are talking about this, that, maybe marriage or stuff, and somebody is trying to advise this one, oh, maybe this is what you should do, maybe you should try this. A lot of women are going to therapy than the men because of ego issue and
you hear good women.
It's always women. It's always the women. The men are always talking yourself. You know, I just feel like men should do better on character development too, because it seems like a lot of ladies are complaining now. Of course, men are complaining that the ladies are looking for money. But what else are you bringing to the table? If you're not going to cook, you're not going to take care of the children, just make money. That's what we are asking for you. Make money. But then there's this complaint, and then there's that gap of, women are trying to, they want to be better, they endure more, they persevere more, they love more, they are putting a lot of emotional quality.
Are you talking about that the Generation X and the millennials? Because
don't go to Generation X and you are going to another area.
They don't send you.
I don't understand. They don't
They will meet it at the front.
Yeah.
They will get married now.
The Gen Zs that get married and 3 weeks later they file for divorce.
Oh my God.
I don't understand. Which one?
I know that.
No, I think there are still some that are, cool-headed and calm.
Okay.
We should talk to our men and we are doing that on this program. Yes, it is a man's world. Yeah, we agree, but women are ruling that world. But women are ruling, and we are telling our men this 2026, please be intentional in developing yourselves. Naturally, you are the providers, the protectors. You do everything. In fact, you can lay down your life as Jesus Christ for us. But really, are you developing aside this natural endowment or roles that God or society or African setting has given to you? Are you developing? Are you going for classes? Are you going for therapy? When you have this mental breakdown, who do you talk to? Don't bottle up. This 2026, they need to talk out more, because we see a lot of men, they will just drop dead and you will ask, what happened? They will tell you it's a heart attack. But before you can see a woman, maybe that thing has maybe I don't know, he must have told her about 20 hairdresser, everybody are not talking enough. And I think they should start from talking. Communication, not only talking. Talking, it can be a one-way thing, but communicate. When you talk to people, what do you receive from that person while you're talking? So please, let's start from communication, and I think men will develop the way Ebuka wants them to develop. So let's go.